Hey everybody, sorry I couldn't be there at the, you know, TCEA Tech Tuesday showcase because I have track practice right now. So I made this little video of two things. Well, I learned a lot at TCEA, but two things that really stuck out to me. One of the first things that I saw was a presentation for that was called an engaging one-to-one classroom. And the guy that was up there talking, he had Chromebooks just like we do. Everybody was one-to-one, and he showed us basically a choose your own adventure style for Google Forms. I'm pretty sure we all know how to use Google Forms. I just never seen it used in this way. And what I have on my screen right here, as you can see, is a bunch of different forms that I created that when the students say answer one of these, like this football opinions, which is the best football team, when they answer one of these, either the Dallas Cowboys, the Giants, the Eagles, or the Skins, it will take them to another section of the Google form. So it's kind of like you could set it up, you could propose a question. I'm a math teacher, so I'm going to use a math example of, they have to figure out this certain type of problem. Let's say figure out 2x plus 3 equals 15, solve for x. And then we give them multiple choice answers, and then based off of their results, it would take them to another section where it could be like something you could put in the form, such as a video or something that they could work out that shows them how to do it. So basically, the way it is on the back end, if we were setting up as teachers, is this is what's going to look like. I started with this first form right here, and all I did was click into it, created the football opinions. I hit add question right here, which then allowed me to select multiple choice, and that just added all my different options, and I made it required. So this is the first page that's going to pop up that the kids see when they get the Google Form link, because it's section 1 of 6. And so the key component to this is if you hit these little 3 hot dogs or whatever you want to call it, is there's this checkbox right here that says go to section based on answer. And so based off of each of one of these answers, they'll go to a certain section that I've created. And as you can see, there's multiple sections. All it is just a bunch of other Google Forms. So to show you how it works, I'm going to go preview. And so this is what the students would see. Let's say it's just a question for your class. I obviously chose football opinions, which is the best football team. And so I'm going to choose Dallas Cowboys, and I hit next. And then it takes me to who's the best quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. I'll go with Troy Aikman. And then I hit next, and it just takes me to, a Google form. This is a good choice. How about them Cowboys? And I submit it, right? Now, if I were to go back and let's say I'm a messed up person in the head and I choose the best football team as the Philadelphia Eagles, right? Well, it's taking me to another section that I created, and it just says Philadelphia Eagles, Nick Foles, or Carson Wentz. I didn't even want to propose a question because I was, in a hurry. And so let's say I choose Carson Wentz. All right, hit next. Takes me to this section that says Carson Wentz is trash. He had to be carried by Nick Foles to even get a ring. Agree or strongly disagree? Let's say I'm a diehard Carson Wentz fan, so I hit strongly disagree. Takes me to another form that says thank you for your wrong opinion of which team is a good football team. We all know it's the Dallas Cowboys. So this is kind of how you can set up just Google Forms to work for you as a choose your own adventure style thing. And it's really easy. If I go back to edit, it's really easy just to build all the different forms, and it'll just, section 4 of 6, 5 of 6. And all I do here, if I wanted to add another section, I would just go add to section, and it is now, it moves it up to the top. Wait, where did it move it? Here it is, untitled section right here. And I'll just, call it blah whatever. Oh, sorry, it messed up right here. This needs to go down. Let's see. Merge with above. There we go. That was my bad. This part right here is based on where you are on the page. So if I were to hit add section here, yeah, it would then add a section in this part right here. So that's basically the thing that I saw in Google Forms, choose your own style adventure to send kids to different areas. Now, if the kid obviously chooses a different answer, they're not going to see most of these forms that you create. So if they're getting things right, they're going to get through quickly. They won't have to go to the remediation or the other things you've chosen, just as YouTube videos or images, to be able to fix the things that they got wrong. Another thing that I saw was a website called Quizalize. Um, I really like this because it's kind of the same idea as quizzes or Kahoot, where you're posing questions and kids have to answer. But the aspect that I like, let me get signed in here real quick. I already have a sign in and everything. All right, I already have a class set up. And let me just delete this old one so I can take up through the process. So if I just created this second, third period, and as you can see down here, these kids will go to the website and they'll use this code to get logged into this class, so I can have all my students right here. I just haven't added any as of right now. And I go to assign new activity, and let's go with create new quiz or whatever. All these things that popped up are the most used that other teachers have created. So we just got done doing similar figures in math, so I'm just going to search similar figures here. And all of this stuff that I'm seeing right here, a bunch of other quizzes or YouTube videos that pertain to this subject matter, this TEAK. All right, and let's just say I went through this one and previewed it, and I really like this one, this quiz on similar figures. I hit give to class. And these are a bunch of different settings. I'm going to randomize question order, use the timer, question feedback, blah, 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 all that stuff. And I'll hit continue. And this is asking when do you want to assign it. Now we can do to play in class, and it's obviously going to default to exactly this moment in time right now, which is today at 6:10 p.m. And for however long you want to set it, I'll just go an hour. And then the advanced options are unlimited tries, or how many tries you want the kids to get, and then allow students to see results of their activity. So I'm going to hit finish. And this is the part that I like about Quizalize. You can, if they score, as you can see right on the screen, if they score less than 50%, I would give them an activity that would really explain in depth, or another quiz that I found, or a YouTube video that I found that explains the concept to them in depth. So I go to choose activity. I can upload a PDF of my own creation. I can add a web link, or I can add a YouTube video. And right here, this part that I like is based off of all of the other teachers that have used this, all of the other kids that have used this website, Quizalize. It will give you suggestions or recommended resources to fix the things that the kids got wrong in the quiz that I assigned them. And it says there's a 19% predicted improvement. That's based on the quiz that they just took. Let's say they got a 40. Well, if they watch this YouTube video, on average, the kids that have watched this YouTube video, if they got a 40 or 30 or 20 or whatever, anything less than 50, their score has improved by 19%. So I'm going to choose it. And all it does is it's right there. And then if they get between 50 and 80, let's go with this right here. And then if they score more than 80%, I know they're good. I can assign them, another activity, whether it be, a science crossover curriculum that deals with similar figures that we're talking about, or I can just choose this right here, just to give them a little bit more practice on something that is, something that they've seemed to have mastered. So I'll just hit I'm done. And then just to see what it looks like from the kids' perspective, we'll go team versus team. And then they'll go right here. So if I go to ZZISH, type it in VHV 8697. Oops, spelled my name wrong. All right, and here's the quiz. And it's just like that. It's got a little countdown timer. Like I said, you can turn that off in the settings. There was a thing that said use timer. You can just tick that off so they don't have that blaring in their face. And they would just go through this quiz. Oh, that was a little loud. And just keep on moving through it. And based off of their score, they would go to the other things that I assigned them. If if they got a 50%, it was that YouTube video. Between 50 and 80, they can go to the other quiz that I assigned them. Now, as far as the parameters for that, based off the percentage, I don't know as far as if you can change that. I've been playing around in the settings. I haven't seen that yet, but they're pretty new. Quizalize is pretty new, and they're pretty responsive to feedback. So if you see something that you don't like, you can send them an email, or they have a chat system that you can say, hey, we need to be able to tweak our percentages. But I like this for use of kids, and all it is they have no idea what anyone else is doing because they're obviously on their Chromebook. And so they just know that they got a 45, and now they're moving on to this next activity, which is really reteaching them all the things that they have gotten wrong. And the kids that did really well, they're moving on to a fun activity. Maybe you got a cool PDF or a cool YouTube video to show them. So that's it for me. I think I'm over my little 10-minute time limit or whatever. I wish I could have been there to see everyone else's projects, but if you have any questions, find me in the hallway, and I'll see you around. Bye.